Hello guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new to my channel, hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Soma. And to all of you that keep coming back, hello and welcome back. Quick reminder, if you've never subscribed, just to remind you to click that red button there that says subscribe, and after that click the bell sign, and that way you get a notification whenever I upload a new video. So in today's video I want to talk about accents. There's been few videos here and there, people talking about this thing. This has gone on for a while, but I felt like it's something that's still ongoing. So there's been cases of Nigerians that live abroad and they have YouTube channels, and people have left them comments saying, oh, you're a Nigerian, you live abroad, you don't speak perfect English. You're a Nigerian, you live abroad, you don't speak with a foreign accent. You're a Nigerian, you live abroad, you don't speak, you know. And I really wanted to address this because there's so much misconceptions, there's so much misunderstanding and lack of knowledge when it comes to accents. One, to start with, there is nothing wrong with a Nigerian that lives abroad for a long time to still have their Nigerian accent. That's not a crime. You know, there's nothing wrong with that. And because some Nigerians that live abroad, somehow their accents have changed, does not mean that everybody that lives abroad is going to end up having a foreign accent. But you know what's actually more ridiculous about this is that, you know, some people do not realize that the country you live in depends. You know, it depends on the country you live in. For example, if you're a Nigerian and you're living in a country where English is actually not the language they speak there, you know, you're expecting the person to speak perfect English. How are they going to speak perfect English when they live in a country like, you know, maybe a French speaking country, a German speaking country, Italian speaking country, Spanish speaking country? You expect them to come to Nigeria or come on YouTube with perfect English. They don't live in a country where they speak English, so how do you expect them to have this perfect English? And what about the accent? You know, Fantastic Favour, for example, she's one of the people that have had this kind of issue. People left her comment or whatever. As far as I know, she doesn't live in an English-speaking country. She lives in Italy. She lives in Italy. And you expect her that, oh, you've been abroad for such a long time, you should speak better than that. They don't speak English. They don't speak English in Italy. They don't. And you expect her to have what accent? You know what's funny? You know, there are a lot of us, that even Nigerians that live in Nigeria that have American accents. They've never gone abroad, but they have American accent, they have British accent, and gained in Nigeria. They never went abroad to get it. And then they see somebody that's living in a country like Spain, and they are surprised that this person in Spain does not have American accent. You can't get American accent from Spain. Do you know, there are some YouTubers that are, you know, they have done a lot on YouTube. When you, especially, let's think about somebody like Flo Chinyere. Flo Chinyere is Igbo like myself, and she lives in Spain. The important thing is that when she's speaking, you know what she's talking about. She's taught so many recipes and taught people so many, you know, she's done so many videos to teach people different kind of meals, and like, think about some of the most delicious meals that she's teaching people, and people are watching and they understand what she's saying and they are able to cook what she's showing them. You're going to stay there and think, oh, you know, she's not speaking American accent. I'm just using her as an example. Are you not going to focus on the fact that her channel is there to teach you how to cook, not how to speak a different accent? Why must we even adapt or change? Is it even compulsory to have a different accent? Why? You know, our people have to change. We need to change our mentality. We really need to change. I remember myself, after I stayed abroad for a while, I was only abroad for like a short time, and I remember going to Nigeria to visit, and some people were like, oh, which kind of abroad this one from come sef? Your accent no even change. Your accent no even change. How my accent go change? I only just go abroad for how many, you know, even tell where I stay abroad. But even it's not a must. It's not a must. Even when it comes to accents, you know, a lot of us, like somebody like myself, that my accent may be slightly changed. I don't think my accent is that changed. Slightly, there's a small change there, and I think that came from the fact that I went to school here. I've been to, if I put all the education or schools, if I put all the schools or whatever, you know, I've been to, and amount of time I spent getting an education, I would say maybe about 7 years. So I've done this course, I've done that course, I've been to this school. At the end of the day, let's say in total about 7 years. Sometimes your accent changes because it rubbed off on you, or because you slowly begin to get used to the way people around you say things, and it kind of rubs off on you. Like, I remember, I think I made a video where I said, I remember when I was new, I went to the shop and I asked I couldn't find what I was looking for, and I saw one of the staff, the shop in this, that worked in this supermarket, and I said to him, I'm trying to find, and I said to him, I can't remember, I was like, I asked him for where I could find a towel, okay, towel. That was what I said, towel. And he was like, what do you mean towel? Like, he didn't know what I was talking about. I said towel, and I said towel, you know, towel to dry your body. And he was like, no. He was like, no. He said, no, you mean towel. And I never forgot that. The thing is that no matter how strong your accent is, if you come to a country and you go to a shop and you're asking for something and you say the way we say it in Nigeria and they don't know what you're talking about, it's only a matter of time. You have no choice but to say it the way that they will understand what you're saying. Somebody like me going to school here and there, you're interacting with your classmates and everything. Sometimes you want to speak so they can understand what you're saying. And then before you know it, you begin to say these words the way they say them. A lot of you know that I'm a nurse, and then you're at work, and then your patient, you're trying to talk to your patient, and you're saying, if you say things the Nigerian way, and the patient does not understand you, what is the point? Language is for communication. If I'm communicating, they don't understand me, what's the point? Before you know it, you start saying things so that you'll be understood, especially depending on kind of area you work in. As a nurse, no matter how stubborn you want to be, like I want to hold on to my accent, you are going to tell yourself that I need my patients to understand me, so you're going to say words differently. And the more you do it, the more it becomes part of you. Let me speak for myself, right? Another thing that's affected my accent as well is my children. Like, my children, I have grown kids. I have 2 in college. In Nigeria, we say university. Till date, there are some things I would say. They'll be like, what are you talking about? No, that's not how to say it. And they will correct me. I've made a video where I was saying how, like I would say, in Nigeria, we say, I told her. My children will be, what do you mean her? It's not her. It's her. Abi, till today, I'm still struggling. Sometimes so even sometimes in my videos, I'm talking automatically. I'm not even planning it, but the way you're being corrected so much, it begins to, I don't know, those corrections can actually get into you where, you know, you begin to say things differently. And sometimes today, even in my videos, sometimes I'm saying her, sometimes is it her? I don't even know if I bite my tongue. You know, sometimes I'm saying her, sometimes I say her, you know, in the Nigerian way. But I still find myself, sometimes I'm here or sometimes I'm there. Like, even till date, when I go to Nigeria till date, once I'm in Nigeria, the way I talk, I don't know, I feel like it changes as well. If I'm on the phone with a Nigerian friend, the way I talk changes. There's that thing about, you know, you're talking with somebody and this is the way you just talk because, you know, you're talking with a different person, you talk, I don't know, sometimes it's not even planned. It just happens automatically. And then if a Nigerian, for whatever reason, does not go through what a person like me has gone through, where it kind of rubs off on my accent, and then they talk the way they talk, and you feel like every Nigerian that lives abroad have to have a foreign accent. It's not the first time. It's not the first time on YouTube that Nigerians that are YouTubers have complained about people saying, oh, you don't have a nice accent, you know, you don't have. Must we have a different accent? Must we all speak perfect English? Like, why? Something else people forget. Not everybody in Nigeria can speak perfect English, even back home, depending on where you grew up. I grew up in Benin, and I say it. In Benin, if you're not one of the rich people, family or whatever, you know, you went to all these private schools or whatever, you will be speaking only pidgin English. There's no only pidgin English you go to speak. That one no be say me person call the phone because they will dey YouTube. You dey hear me na pidgin English, me I dey speak. I don't talk her before. Now, pidgin English. I didn't even learn how to speak good English until I was like maybe 12, 13. I was in secondary school. You don't meet some children that, you know, you come to secondary school, everybody is trying to be posh. If you don't speak correct English, they'll be laughing at you. You know, secondary school, children started wanting to belong. You know girls now. They started wanting to belong, speaking in their mind, they are speaking perfect English. And they'll be saying, shebi, I told you. They think they're speaking good English. Shebi is not even good English. But when we went to secondary school, I was forced because everybody is trying to speak only English. If you speak pidgin, they'll be laughing at you. You know, that was when I started learning English small. So imagine some people that did not get good quality education. There's no shame in it, because good quality education is not free in Nigeria. Anybody can come out and say, I didn't have good quality education in Nigeria. There's no shame in that. I would say that I didn't have the amazing, I went to public school. You know, I've made videos and I've said it. My brother used to be stinkly rich. My big sisters, or my big sister sisters and brother, they went to private schools and all of that. But by the time it got to my turn, money no day again, money no day again. I went to public school. I don't feel laugh. I went to public school. I went to public school anyhow. You understand? So there are some people in Nigeria that did not have amazing education. They went to like the, you know, public schools that were not like whatever. Some people went to public school in villages where they speak only the Igbo language or whatever native language, and but they have whatever education they have. And then if such a person should go abroad, you not think, go abroad and go to Spain, go to Italy, or you know, Germany or wherever where they don't speak English. Tomorrow you're going to come around and say, oh, they don't speak perfect English. Which perfect English you want them to speak? When they did not, they're living in a country that is not an English speaking country. Our people need to, you know, I want to make this video because I think that's a bit of ignorance. You know, some people actually do not know. Some people don't seem to know the difference. And another thing about accents, like I'm Igbo, my younger sister, that is the same father, the same mother, she has lived in Anambra State for many years, you know, 20 years. She's lived in Anambra State maybe like 20 years or whatever. If my sister speaks Igbo and I speak Igbo, you won't even believe we're related. She speaks the Anambra kind of Igbo with a different accent. She speaks the different kind of a dialect, and the accent is completely different. Mine is completely different. She will speak, you know, she speaks the posh kind of Ife, in my Odifahu, you know, Odifahu, that kind of, you know, Ife. While we speak here, they talk as if they can, you know, they talk like, you know, when we speak our own Igbo, it sounds like we're having a fight. That would style me, I speak. Oh. So at the end of the day, where people are influences how they speak. And then let me tell you something else. If a Nigerian woman then leaves Nigeria and goes to a place like Italy, France, Spain, and she's a housewife, let me tell you, even to speak the French self is going to be a problem because she's in the house. You get what I'm trying to say? It takes a lot of the time if you, and there's nothing wrong with being a housewife. There's nothing wrong with being a housewife. Somebody like Fantastic Favour, she's a housewife. Her YouTube channel is what she does. Her husband is the one that goes out. She's the one that stays at home. You know, and there's no shame in that. Well, it's a privilege. I see it as a privilege to be able to be at home and look after your children as long as she loves doing what she's doing. So if she's a woman that is at home, that means she doesn't have enough social interaction like going to school like some of us did, or working, you know, in a supermarket and in meeting people and interacting with people. Or, you know, like I am a nurse and I interact with people a lot, and then it rubs off on you. You're not going to expect her to talk differently or, you know, have this whatever. I just thought I should address this. People should realize that you cannot have perfect English if you're not in an English-speaking country. Even those that live in English-speaking country, if they are housewives, where do you expect them to get the so-called perfect English from? But let's not forget, let's not forget that at the end of the day, language is for interaction. Language is for communication. If somebody can communicate, you know what they are talking about. And then they say something, you feel like they should have said S at the end. They did not say S. You know, at the end of the day, are they communicating? That is what it's about. Are they communicating? Let me tell you, do you know how many Oyibo people have been in Nigeria for many years and they still do not have Nigerian accent? Who is going to laugh at them? You will not see them go back to their country and they will laugh at them. You went to Nigeria for 20 years, you still do not have Nigerian accent. Nobody laughs at them. So why are we the ones that laugh at our people? Because they did not bring the accent from where you expect them to import it from. Why should it be a big deal? Why? There are some Oyibo people in Nigeria for donkey years. They don't even know how to speak a single of our Nigerian languages. They cannot even speak our pidgin English. There are some of them that cannot speak pidgin English. They never gain our accent. Who is laughing at them? Who? You know, who is laughing at them? We need to change our mentality. You know, this thing at the end of the day, now inferiority complex. Now complex, they worry our people because it's that thing he say, now Igbo accent, I better pass. Waiting very wrong to have our own accent. Waiting bad for Nigerian accent. Waiting they bad to speak our own Nigerian accent. Eh? Everything where they import now I prefer. Now make you go see Nigeria go Ghana. Nigeria go Ghana, come back, you carry American accent. Nigeria go China. You go to speak British accent after I come back from China. Eh? Now so our own thing they be. Waiting they dear. I really won't put mouth for this matter. I won't put mouth for this matter. It don't do. No be must say person must carry foreign accent. Eh? So I really wanted to address this. We really need to change our mentality. All these things are so unnecessary. Camera went off there, so I had to turn it back on. So I just wanted to kind of add my voice to this thing, because I think some people do not realize that. I think some people do not realize that it depends on what country you live in, and it's not a must, you know. And I think some people forget that at the end of the day, it's all about communication. You don't have to be perfect in speaking English and whatever, you know. At the end of the day, is to be able to communicate, and whoever is watching you knows and understands what you're talking about. I think this video has gone too long. I think this video has gone longer than I planned. I'll leave it there for now, and that's my thoughts about it. Anyway, that's what I think about this. Whatever your opinion is, whatever you want to add to this, feel free to leave it in the comment section below. And with that, I'm just gonna say thank you for watching. Until the next time, guys. Bye bye. My name is